It's the nightmare scenario for any darts player, taking a tumble on stage in front of thousands of cheering fans and millions of TV viewers. And yet, it happens more often than you might think. When it does, it's always the moment that sticks in the memory, for both the players involved and the fans watching at home. Jocky Wilson, the darts legend and one of the most colourful characters in the sport's history, was a star of the 80s. He won the BDO World Darts Championship twice, in 1982 and 1989, and played a significant role in the rise of televised darts during his era. Alongside the likes of Eric Bristow, Bob Anderson and John Lowe, he entertained audiences with his skill and larger-than-life personality. Jocky's popularity even extended beyond the darts arena. He once made a cameo appearance on the BBC's flagship music show, Top of the Pops, when Dexy's Midnight Runners performed their cover of the Van Morrison song, Jocky Wilson Said. But Jocky was also known for his love of drink. He would often play with a pint by his side and was rumoured to have downed pints of vodka disguised to look like cola. It was during his 1984 World Championship defeat to Dave Whitcomb that Jocky's drinking got the better of him. He stumbled on stage and fell off, landing on his face. It was a shocking and embarrassing moment for the Scottish champ, but he managed to see the humour in the mishap. He got up, dusted himself off, and even congratulated his victorious opponent. The incident has since become one of the most memorable moments in darts history. Fans still talk about it today, and it's a testament to Jocky's enduring popularity and legacy in the sport. Sadly, in November 2009, it was announced that Wilson had been diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Reports stated that he had smoked up to 50 cigarettes a day for most of his life. He died just after 9 PM on the 24th of March, 2012. Jocky's fall highlights the dangers of excessive drinking, especially when it comes to professional athletes. While the incident was a humorous moment, it could have had serious consequences. However, it also showcases Jocky's character and resilience. Despite his personal struggles, he was still able to achieve greatness on the darts stage, becoming Scotland's first ever world darts champion. And even in defeat, he showed sportsmanship and grace, congratulating his opponent despite the embarrassing circumstances. The excitement is palpable as darts fans eagerly await the start of the 2015 BDO HAL Masters in Venray, Netherlands. The tension is high as the players take to the stage, ready to battle it out for the coveted title. Among them is none other than Martin "Wolfie" Adams, a three-time BDO World Champion and World Masters Champion who has been in the game since 1981. But little did Wolfie know that this tournament would be memorable for all the wrong reasons. You see, the venue had made a decision that would prove disastrous for our hero. Instead of the usual flat runway that players walk down to reach the stage, they had opted for a flight of stairs. As Wolfie made his way down the stairs, you could sense that something wasn't quite right. His footing was unsure and his balance was wavering. And then disaster struck. Wolfie tripped on the final few steps and tumbled out of sight. Had this happened at the Ali Pali, Wolfie would have surely received the biggest cheer of the night. But instead, he was left to pick himself up and carry on as best as he could. It was a tough moment for Wolfie, to be sure, but as they say, the show must go on. And despite his fall, he went on to reach the final of the low-key event in one of his matches. It just goes to show that even the best of us can have an off day. In the end, the incident became the stuff of legend. Fans across the world shared the video of Wolfie's fall, marvelling at how such a small thing could have such a big impact. But for Wolfie, it was just another day in the life of a professional darter. He picked himself up, dusted himself off, and carried on playing the game he loves. And that's what makes him such a fan favourite to this day. Don't forget to hit the bullseye, so you never miss out on any of our amazing videos. Let's go back to the 2017 PDC World Darts Championships at the Alexandra Palace, where China's Kang Sun had a moment he would never forget. The 51-year-old player was up against the Australian prodigy Corey Cadby in the preliminary round, and things were already looking tough for Sun. Little did he know, things were about to get even worse. As Sun approached the oche to begin the match, he was greeted by the officials for a handshake. But before he could even start playing, disaster struck. In a moment that will forever be etched in darts history, Kang Sun tipped over the oche and fell flat on his face, much to the amusement of the lively crowd. The audience erupted in laughter and cheers, enjoying the unexpected and hilarious spectacle unfolding before them. But amidst the chaos, the PDC Master of Ceremonies, John McDonald, quickly came to Sun's rescue, helping him up and checking if he was alright. Sun soon joined in on the laughter himself, realising the hilarity of the situation, and although he went on to lose the match 2-0 to Cadby, his fall had already made him a memorable figure in the tournament. It was the night that Michael van Gerwen clinched his 6th World Grand Prix title. The Dutchman was on fire, and he seemed invincible as he went head-to-head with his arch-rival Peter Wright in the semi-finals. The two players had been exchanging barbs via the media in the lead-up to the game, and tensions were running high. But when it came down to it, there was only one winner. Van Gerwen emerged victorious with a convincing 4-0 win over Wright, leaving the Scottish player reeling. The crowd erupted with applause and cheers as Van Gerwen celebrated his victory on stage. He was on top of the world, and nothing could bring him down, or so he thought. As is customary in darts, the winner of the matches handed the match board to sign. Van Gerwen, still buzzing from his win, was handed the board and started to sign his name. But as he made his way across the stage, he didn't see the step up to the oche, and he stumbled. In a split second, the green machine was on the ground, sprawled out on the stage. The crowd fell silent, and even Sky Sports darts pundit Wayne Mardle looked shocked. For a moment, it seemed like the tournament had come to an abrupt end, but then, with a little help from his team, Van Gerwen managed to get back on his feet. He looked a little shaken, but he wasn't going to let a fall dampen his spirits. With a smile on his face, he finished signing the board and threw it into the crowd. The partying fans went wild, but what made the moment even more memorable was the way that Van Gerwen handled it. He didn't let it ruin his night, and he didn't let it bring him down. Instead, he bounced back with a smile and a sense of humour. And that's what makes darts such an entertaining sport to watch. You never know what's going to happen next, and even the most serious of players can have a little fun. It's this combination of skill, drama and humour that keeps fans coming back for more, time and time again. As for Van Gerwen, he went on to win the tournament, fending off a determined Nathan Aspinall in the final. Finally, at the World Match Play at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, the atmosphere is electric, the players are on top form, and the walk-on girls are strutting their stuff. But one walk-on girl, Daniela Orfrey, became the centre of attention. As she was leaving the stage during James Wade's second round match with Richie Burnett, she slipped and fell in front of the roaring crowd. It was not the graceful exit she had hoped for, but luckily, she wasn't seriously hurt. Despite the seriousness of the tournament, the fall became the talk of the night, even overshadowing world #1 Michael van Gerwen's comfortable 13-4 win over Ian White. Fans couldn't help but chuckle as the clip of her fall started making its rounds on YouTube. It seems like the audience wasn't overly sympathetic, but hey, it's all in good fun, right? Don't forget to hit the bullseye so you never miss out on any of our amazing darts videos. See you next time.